You still go to work. You still do what people expect from you. From the outside, you look fine. You look responsible, reliable, and strong. You don't complain much, and you don't show weakness. But inside, something is slowly changing. You wake up already tired. At night, you can't sleep well. Food doesn't feel the same. And the motivation you used to have feels distant. If this sounds familiar, I want to say this clearly at the start. This is not laziness. This is not a weak mindset. And this is not a personal failure. Today, we're talking about burnout, using ideas from a Japanese book often known as the Book for Burned Out People. This book looks at burnout not as a moral problem, but as a psychological and physical state that develops quietly over time. The main message of the book can be summarized in one sentence. Burnout is much easier to deal with when you notice it early, and recovery starts by rebuilding the basics, especially sleep. Many people think burnout begins in the mind. They expect strong emotions, sudden sadness, or a dramatic breakdown. But in reality, burnout usually starts in the body. Sleep becomes shallow or broken. Appetite changes. You feel tired all the time. Even small tasks drain your energy. The difficult part is that you can still function. You can still work. You can still answer emails. You can still look productive. So you tell yourself that you're just tired, that it's a busy period, and that you'll rest later. But burnout is not about suddenly losing motivation. It's about losing energy little by little without enough recovery. Your body notices the problem much earlier than your mindset does. That's why prevention doesn't start with asking, "Am I motivated?" It starts with asking, "How am I sleeping?" And "How quickly do I get tired?" Burnout often hits people who take responsibility seriously. People who don't want to disappoint others. People who keep going, even when it's hard. From the outside, they look okay. That's one of the reasons burnout is easy to miss. Many serious people have a belief they don't usually say out loud. They believe that resting means being lazy. They would never say this to a coworker. They might even tell others to take a break. But when it comes to themselves, the rules change. They think people depend on them. They think they should push through. Over time, responsibility turns into pressure. Pressure turns into constant tension. And life starts to feel like one long emergency. Burnout is not proof that you're incapable. It's proof that you've been carrying too much for too long without refueling. Working hard is not the enemy. The real danger is believing that effort can continue forever without limits. When people feel burned out, they often look for big solutions. They think about fixing their mindset, changing jobs, or finding new motivation. But this book starts with something much more basic. The first step is not motivation. The first step is sleep. More specifically, the priority is securing enough sleep time. Not sleep quality. Sleep time. When someone is burned out, they are often carrying weeks or months of sleep debt. At this stage, trying to optimize sleep quality is not the point. You don't need perfect sleep. You need more sleep. Once sleep time is restored to some degree, the next step becomes important. That step is daytime activity. To improve sleep quality, the body needs rhythm. Gentle movement during the day helps restore that rhythm. Short walks, light exercise, morning sunlight, small changes of environment, and talking with someone you trust all help signal to the body that it's daytime. Staying inside and isolating often makes sleep worse, not better. So the recovery flow is simple. First, you sleep more. Then, you move lightly during the day. As a result, your sleep quality slowly improves. The order matters. You don't force activity to fix yourself. You rebuild rhythm. If I had to describe burnout in one image, it would be this. Burnout is not a broken engine. It's running out of gas. The engine still works. Your ability is still there. But without fuel, you can't move. Let's summarize. Burnout shows up in the body early, especially through sleep and fatigue. Serious and responsible people are often most at risk because they treat rest like weakness. And recovery has a clear order. Sleep time first, then gentle daytime activity to restore healthy sleep. Working hard is not wrong. The problem is believing that you can run forever without refueling. So if you're listening to this and thinking, I'm probably fine, that might be the best moment to pay attention. Don't ignore your body's signals. Sleep earlier than you think you need. And if you're unsure, talk to someone before you isolate. Burnout is not failure, it's information. And noticing it early can save you from much deeper exhaustion. Thank you for listening.